the young man a chance to explain, and you follow his submissions. What is calling obiter dictum in law is a statement that is made by a judge in passing. What is telling you, a ratio descendenda is the final holding of a judgment. Is where you find it says, I have now ordered. Okay? And the young man is telling you, if you are able to follow, that he has annexed before us at page 235, which I think is the right thing to do, a petition that has been filed by Honorable Okero challenging his removal as Speaker. And he's telling you that if you look at those pleadings, Honorable Onyonka, the court is yet to pronounce itself on the impeachment. So he's trying to tell us that two processes took place. One, if I heard you counsel correct, one was a suspension. Another one was an impeachment. And what you are telling us is that the issue of suspension was dealt with, contempt proceedings found, and the court said, come apologize, and it was closed.
Correct.
Now what is pending, and where you need to help us, is the proceedings that are meant to set aside the proceedings that happened on the 24th of October.
Yes, that now will be the document in page number 35, a petition challenging the impeachment, which has no orders.
And now that's where my question was coming in. On this particular petition, what is the status quo as of today?
As of today, parties have filed their respective affidavits. They are in the process of exchanging written submissions so that it proceeds for main hearing. But there are no court orders in that particular petition.
And who filed that particular petition?
The law firm or the litigant?
The litigant.
The litigant is Hon Okero Gori and 12 others.
And what is he challenging?
He's challenging his impeachment. And there are no court orders.
Can I take a step back, Chair? Can I take a step back and ask about this invitation on 24th October 2024? Who invited the Speaker to come
At that time, Honorable Senator, the Speaker was invited by the then clerk, Duke Onyari. And as at 24th October, there was no dispute as to who was the legitimate holder of the position of the clerk. So he was validly invited, he appeared before the assembly, and the trouble just came when the vote was against him. But he participated fully, he was afforded a right to be heard, he made his representations, he was asked questions, he answered, a vote was taken. When the vote went...
I've got your point. The other clarification I wanted you to make, you kept saying whether the suspension was legal or not legal. You know, it's good to declare everything when we are here, because not all of us are lawyers. Is suspension allowed? In the standing orders, you must have read all of them, you must have read the Constitution. Is suspension actually something that MCS can do?
Honorable Senator, I'm informed that understanding order number 51 of the Nyamira County Assembly standing orders, it is provided for.
Honorable, can you read the standing order?
Excuse me, Chair.
Can you read it?
Chair,
sorry, just allow me to finish it. Can you read what it provides? All of you can Google and get Nyamira 51.
51A.
What does it say?
The following motions may be moved without notice. Motion for suspension of a member.
A member.
Exactly. A speaker is a member.
Chair,
sorry, I want him to clarify that.
A member now.
So that we are out of this.
A speaker is a member of the county assembly, an ex-officio member.
Chair, I would like to ask the senior counsels in our committee here, could you please, Madam, tell us what does the law say about suspension?
Chair, the provisions of the Government Act are the substantive law when it comes to vacation, whether by suspension or removal. Vacation of office of the Speaker is substantively provided for under Section 11 of the County Governments Act, which provides that the office of the Speaker shall become vacant. What is specific to us here is under 1C, if the County Assembly so resolves by a resolution supported by at least 2/3 of all the members of the County Assembly. So the law, that is the substantive law. Standing orders are procedural laws. They're supposed to give procedural guidance.
But what supersedes the other?
The County Government Act.
Thank you.
Honorable Senator.
Which means, Chair, even from the precedent of wanting to get rid of Mr. Okero, he actually got kicked out illegally first before he could go for his impeachment. Those are the issues we are discussing.
Chair, there is a statutory process which was followed under section 11 of the County Governments Act on impeachment of Hon Okero, and that is what is challenged.
Legal officer.
We are not talking about impeachment.
Order, legal counsel. Legal counsel. What the Senator Onyonka is saying has some truth in it, because you used forcefully. You have not gone to any constitution. You have not followed the constitution. You did not impeach me in the past, but you used forcefully, using assaulting him.
Honorable Chair.
Was that in order?
Honorable Chair, there are two processes which are being mixed up. On the issue of suspension, we've agreed. The suspension came first, and he got orders stopping the suspension. Subsequently, a fresh process of impeachment was commenced, and it complied with provisions of Section 11 of the County Governments Act. And that impeachment is what is being challenged in document number 235. And that is why we have two cases, one challenging suspension and another one challenging impeachment.
And Chair, please, through you, Chair, 1 second. And there is no court that has ruled to determine whether this gentleman should still continue being the Speaker or the other gentleman. It's important we clarify that.
Honorable Senator, through Chair, this is Bonuke.
Honorable Chair, Senator Onyonka is openly biased, and I request that he should not press.
No, I am sitting. Yeah. Chair, the MCA is making it personal. I've come here. I'm just speaking evidence. I've not concluded anything. I want the people of Nyamira and Kisi to see the issues you're having. Let's be honest about them.
By saying that those are relatives.
No,
Honorable Chair, that's a wrong insinuation. Honorable Chair, remember it declared interest.
Honorable Chair, Onyonka is in the record saying that they are relatives.
Point of order, Chair. Point of order. Point of order, Chair. Point of order, Chair. We are members of the committee, and I think they should address us as members of the committee. Including Onyonka, the fact that he has some relative here and there doesn't make him not to be a member. He's a member of the committee.
Order. Okay.
Let's deal with it, sir.
Onyonka, Honorable Senator Onyonka, please. This will be with conference about the Senator.
Thank you, sir.
Orders.
Thank you.
And members, I don't want you guys to personalize issues. This is not a Nyamira politics. This is a committee of devolution. So we need order here. So I think, my friend, you are now time is over. So I will not give you time to defend yourself on that topic, because they have replied and you have talked. I will give you 1 minute.
Yes, Chair, legally we have a right of rejoinder because we had presented our case, which has been, somehow they are struggling to water it down. And I've seated here listened to counsel misinterpret the law, and it doesn't sit well with me while I'm seated here. Allow me, or Chair, you could go back to counsel and ask him the import of prayer number 3 in petition number 8, so that he can tell us what was his understanding. Because to me it appears that he has been misadvising his clients to this end. Let him tell us the import of that order before I proceed with other issues.
Where is that one? Which page and what?
In our bundle, allow me to refer to it.
Okay. Legal counsel.
In our bundle is in annexure number 2.
Okay.
In petition number 8.
Legal counsel for Mr. Nyamiro. Can you?
Honorable Chair.
No, legal counsel. Can you respond on that?
Honorable Chair, to understand that particular order, it is important to understand under which context did the petitioner go to court. He had been suspended. Impeachment had not started at that time. So the court said, number 1, I certify your matter as urgent. Number 2, the resolution of 8th October is hereby set aside. Number 3, your suspension is suspended, meaning you can go back to your office. But paramount, prayer 4, which he wanted to stop the impeachment, he was never granted.
Chair, let's stick to prayer number 3, please. This very, the reading